I found that I really like hard cider.
Starting to question a little bit that I'm doing too much.
Make my own cider at home. Make my own cider.
It does not smell the greatest.
It's definitely a bit sour.
I'm happy with how it's looking so far.
I think it needs more of like an apple flavor. Got a weird smell. I don't love it.
Smells like apple juice.
It is a little disappointing, but this is my first try and something that I'm going to keep working on. So I'm not sure why I decided to add sugar at the beginning of those first 3 ferments. Thought it was a cool idea, get more alcohol, whatever. Maybe that's why, it turned out the way they did, and they weren't exactly my favorite ciders of all time. It was a little disappointing that the strong apple didn't turn out how I wanted to, but I made some mistakes I think that I can learn from. I have a few ideas on how to garner a better result next time. Actually waiting the full 2 weeks before racking them the first time, and that leads me to my second thing. Instead of going ahead and starting secondary fermentation right away, I'm going to wait another week and then rack it once again and then add the ingredients to make the strong apple cider. This one is the one with brown sugar, and this is the one with no sugar at all. There's more residue at the top left over, especially on the one with no sugar. I don't think that's weird in any way. I think that's just how it happened this time. Ready to try some cider?
Yes.
This is the brown sugar basic cider 2.0. It smells a little better than the first one originally did. I think it's better than the first original cider for sure.
Yes, I agree. It's very sour.
Still sour, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
This one had no added sugars. First time of trying that. That's actually pretty nice.
It's much better, yeah.
That's the best one so far.
It is significantly less sour. You can still taste the apple juice.
Looking at all these instructions online, just put apple juice, put the yeast, don't do anything. My idea, add sugar at the start. There's my answer. I screwed up my first 3 ones for adding sugar. I'm very happy with this so far. This is like my new starting spot that I want to enhance. I want to enhance that some more. It's final verdict time. Here we have what's left of the strong apple cider. It's got an extra 400 milliliters of apple juice in it to try and sweeten it up. Let's see what happens. No. It's better for sure than it was.
It's definitely better. The apple juice
Helps.
helps with the sweetness, but like the bitterness is still very strong.
I think one of the big factors for me is too much cinnamon. It almost feels like I'm just like drinking ground cinnamon in a way. Unfortunately, this one's a bust. Next time I do the strong apple, I might not add any cinnamon to start out with and just do the apple. Let me just focus on the first thing first.
Okay.
She likes cinnamon.
I do.
And here is the fruit and earth cider. There's about 1,200 milliliters of it left of apricot cider with half a teaspoon, just half a teaspoon of that pistachio syrup.
We'll see.
No.
That is not good.
Now that I know that cider I made without sugar is already like, I really did screw myself over with these first 3 ciders.
Even when it tastes bad, it's still like, we tried.
I'm trying to show my learning process. There's a lot of trials, there's a lot of errors. I am trying, I'm learning, and that's fun.
You can definitely taste the brown sugar.
Interesting. Forefront taste is still like the same sourness that we've been having, but after you swallow it, you can taste the brown sugar for sure.
This has definitely improved significantly over the last week. I'm wondering how I can improve this. I think it'd be nicer chilled. Maybe just a little bit of back sweetening of some extra apple juice. The brown sugar cider wasn't the greatest last week. It is now the #1 cider that I've made, and it had 2 distinct moments in the mouth, which is the structure of the flavor that I'm looking for, that I enjoy when I drink cider. I can see the progress I'm making. Moving on to the new strong apple cider, just 1 Fuji apple. My wife told me that the skins of apples are kind of bitter, so that's why I took the skins off. Before I added the apple though, I took out another taste of this cider. I remember liking this one a lot last week. It's more sour actually than the brown sugar one. I'm hoping that adding this apple is gonna take it to the next level. The third cider we're tasting has been fermenting for 2 weeks. It's a different juice base than any of the other ciders.
Definitely sour, but I think I like this one better.
This whole process has not only been fun for the cider enjoyer part of me, but it's also been enriching my life as a whole. It's reinvigorated all the other passions I have for making things at home. I started making my own board games around Christmas of 2021. I want to make things at home and I want to enjoy it. What's more fun than making games? It's final burning.
Final burning time.
After last time's disappointment with the strong apple, here's the strong apple #2. I'm a little nervous, I'm hopeful, cautiously optimistic.
I like it to be nice and crisp and have a really strong apple flavor.
I've got a red Fuji apple and I've got a red Gala apple. I'm not stopping, am I? Hopefully it's good. Not what I expected at all. That's actually pretty good.
That's actually pretty good.
The apple flavor is really strong this time. Like at the front, it is more sour on the backside a little bit, which is fascinating because the brown sugar one, when we tasted it last time, was the opposite. So maybe like a little bit of a combination approach is good. The last time we tried the brown sugar cider, it was pretty good, but it needed a little bit of sweetness at the front. I put it in the fridge with an extra 300 milliliters of apple juice. Gotta say, it smells really good. That is a good cider.
That is actually quite good.
I do feel like it's maybe slightly like watery kind of at the front and not very like full, but maybe carbonation would help that texture. Like if I had the ability to carbonate this right now, I would. I'm not carbonating right now. That's kind of what separates it kind of from an apple wine to like a proper cider. But moving forward, I'm gonna invest in some equipment to actually carbonate my ciders here at home. But the reason I've held off on that is I wanted to actually carbonate a cider that tastes good first. So I've taken this time to make some ciders that are good, and my next step is to carbonate. To consider the first 3 batches I made, I did not enjoy it at all till I already bounced back and have learned so many little lessons that I was able to use to change the process and have a better result. This is great for me.
Yeah.
I love it.